Hey everyone, it's Shauna the Tax Goddess and Chief Tax Strategist for TaxGoddess.com, StrategicTaxCoach.com, and DropMyTaxes.com. And I want to welcome you here today to our channel, Tax Strategies that Save Entrepreneurs Thousands each year. We are dedicated to bringing you education, entertainment, and or inspiration, and of course, all the legal ways possible to reduce your tax burden. Now, today we have a very special guest, Mr. Greg Reese. He is an expert in estate and trust planning, and we're going to be covering a topic that's pretty important today. Greg, what are we covering today?
Today we're going to cover the importance of estate planning as it relates to long-term care planning.
Okay, so two huge subjects, and I know, especially if you're a young entrepreneur, sometimes, I'm not going to die, I won't need that stuff, I'm going to live forever, that's way down the road. You would be wrong. You never, ever know. So very important to look at this stuff in advance. And, so one of the things we want to make sure of, if you guys are your first time here, subscribe, click the little bell icon, right? We want to make sure that you're getting notified of these strategies, of these things that we feel are important for you, for your future, for your family. So, Greg, let's jump right into it. Why is this so important? Why should they stay and listen today?
Well, I think, with your audience being mostly a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs, a lot of people think the same way that you've just stated. Like, I'm too young, I'm invincible, I'm never going to die. I don't want to think about estate planning because I don't want to think about that. But really, what all of this is, it's a business decision. And we're all business people. And we should be changing our mindset to understand that this is not about what's going to happen if I engage in estate planning, it's going to mean I'm going to die. No, it's a business decision because you're protecting the people you love that you're leaving behind. You want to make things a little bit easier for them because you have a complicated life, you have complicated stuff. You ought to provide a little structure for those that follow. So jumping into, long-term care, that's another thing. We're less likely to have that, right? Well, actually, no. Statistically, about 1 in 4 of us are going to spend time in a long-term care facility by the time we're 65, and they're going to spend at least 90 days in that facility. So we ought to be thinking about the possibility that could happen. So what does that have to do with estate planning? Well, what it has to do with estate planning is an estate plan is going to do more than just decide who gets your stuff and how they get it. It's also going to play a key role into having people you trust step up to make decisions and manage your affairs if you should become incapacitated. So bills are paid, income continues to come in, all of those important things. Long-term care could involve a number of different options for you, whether it be having people to take care of you in-house, having people manage your financial affairs while you're receiving medical or other care. If you have a good estate plan in place, then you've got all of the decision makers in place for you in case you can't make decisions on your own because of legal incapacity, Alzheimer's, dementia, or something like that. So having an estate plan allows somebody to take action that you otherwise would be able to take if you are able to do so. And that involves qualifying for public assistance such as Medicaid, or VA aid and attendance, if you need to tap into the social safety net for some financial resources at that time. And it's super important. So estate planning is totally linked to any kind of future long-term care planning, and you should have that in place first, which brings me to, we were going to talk about a couple myths, just to wrap things up, right?
Yep.
So a couple myths on long-term care planning and Medicaid and VA. A lot of people think and hear that they have to spend all of their assets before they can qualify for public assistance.
Yeah.
That's a myth.
Ooh.
People also think that they're going to have to, if they give away any money in order to qualify, that they're going to have to wait anywhere between 3 years and 5 years before they can actually qualify for public assistance and help.
I've heard that for sure. Yeah.
Both false. Those are myths.
Ooh.
I could have a client walk into my office today or their family walk in with his executed estate plan because he's not capable or competent in making decisions. We can generally get that person qualified for Medi-Cal or VA within about 30 days.
That is huge.
Not 6 months, not 5 years. And if somebody's already in a skilled nursing facility and they're private paying 6, 7, 8,000, 9,000 a month,
Yeah.
we can generally still get them qualified pretty quickly, just depending on what the scope of their income and their asset structure is. But the important thing is you want to engage in planning that protects your family, provides you with the level of care that you need, and uses your resources effectively, hopefully preserving them for your family, and that's super important. So where do you want to go for advice on these types of things? Well, the National Elder Law Academy is a great general place to go to find elder law attorneys. They're the ones that primarily specialize in elder law issues and long-term care issues. That's who you want to talk to. Who you really don't want to talk to or take instructions from is caseworkers and social workers.
Okay.
Those people usually have hearts of gold and they really care about what they're doing, but they don't work for you. They work for the state. So they're prohibited from giving you a lot of information that you would need to know to do effective planning for yourself, because they don't work for you, again, and they're not going to give you the straight scoop because they're prohibited from doing so. So you want to talk to people that are in a position to actually work for you. And that starts with the elder law attorneys or a firm that really specializes in this, such as our firm, AmeriState Legal Plan. And that's what I would suggest that you do. Get your estate plan in place. It will help you in more ways than you know. And speak to professionals if you run into a situation where you start to need help with, activities of daily living, or you're heading down the path towards some sort of level of care.
And one of the things I want to tack on the end, because a lot of people don't think about this, you don't have to be an elder to go see someone about elder care or elder law, okay? If you know that you have something in your family, Alzheimer's runs in the family, okay? There's a lot of genetic things that can happen, right? If you know that you have something in your family, plan it ahead, right? You guys know I'm constantly talking about with tax strategies, you can't walk in after you've done something and try and save taxes. That does not work. You have to plan in advance. And this is one of those areas where it might be a little bit further down the road in advance, right? But if you plan it in advance, your family's going to be taken care of. All these other pieces are going to be taken care of. So
the last important thing I would say about this, Shauna, is I see so many families work themselves to the bone taking care of family members because they don't know that there's any other option, and all they see is the dollar signs associated with the cost of providing their loved ones with appropriate levels of care. There is help out there. You don't need to kill yourself and work yourself to the bone. Reach out. There is help. You don't have to do that.
Words to live by. Reach out and find help, and you can do that even more by subscribing to our channel. Tax Strategy. There you go. Tax strategies that save entrepreneurs thousands. This particular thing will save you thousands if you're taking care of your parents, taking care of a spouse, taking care of anybody in the future, right? Having a plan, having a discussion in the family. So thank you, Greg, so much for being here today as one of our experts. This is the month of Greg. We have webinars and videos and fireside chats. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Click the little bell icon to watch all the new videos coming out. And, we're happy to be here and bring you these strategies. So thank you again, Greg, for being here and signing off with much tax love, your tax goddess and chief tax strategist, Shauna. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Shauna. You do an amazing job. Keep it up.